Slippity bobbity boobity. Hey everybody!
Why?
Welcome to the ZymCast.
Happy birthday to you. It's what's the word? It's not copyrighted anymore.
Oh,
Yes.
you're right.
It is. It is. You know that should
It
be our new
is?
theme. No, I'm
it's
saying
not.
yeah.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
It's
Public domain.
Public
Domain.
domain.
Why would you clap at the mic?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
That was worse than your clap sync. it actually clipped. Your clap sync did not.
Hi, I'm Chase.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Cheyenne. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Kyle's another year older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. I'm almost to that other age that I don't want to get to yet.
Oh.
This is true.
I'm 29 now. What have I done with my life? This, apparently. I should be so proud.
Hey, I'm saying it's a success. I call it your life a success.
We are constantly gaining new subscribers.
This is
Very slowly.
true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I'm convinced they are
That's true. That's
all family members or friends of
Nope.
ours. I think they are.
I don't know.
true. No, I just saw the dog.
Yeah, just being a dog.
Yeah.
Wait, no, over there now. How did you get
I'm
over there
like,
from over
looking
there?
for her. It's already at the door. Bella is anxious today. She doesn't want
Yeah.
to be here, but you know, too bad, girl.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. So how have you been?
I've been all right. I got a decent birthday gift this year. It was Final Fantasy VII Remake demo,
Yeah.
which I was not expecting. But basically, on what is, like, I think it was like the day before the actual release for the game, so like the day before my birthday, like what the original release was supposed to be.
Mhm.
They're like, here's the demo. And I'm like, well, thanks. All that's really making me think of is, I could have been playing this game already. You fucks.
That's true.
But yeah, so I have beaten that demo now like 2 or 3 times. 3 times. I don't know why there was ambiguity there. I've beaten it 3 times. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. I am really looking forward to this game. It's literally making the wait harder. I hadn't played the game yet.
That's what they want.
Dicks.
they want to hook you.
But yeah, no, like I'm all on board. It was a super fun little demo. I really like the battle system. I really like the expansion. The voice cast seems pretty good. Like I got no real complaints. I know some people have complaints about like story, like a specific story beat that's been changed, even just in like the opening 45 minutes of the game, which is what the demo is.
45-minute demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I know people that have taken over an hour to beat the demo. It's like moderately substantial. It's the whole opening bombing mission.
Cool.
Dog, stop it. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Other than that, I've been doing things, but nothing substantial.
Okay.
I've just been playing random ass games that really don't matter and aren't worth talking about.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been just replaying old Fire Emblem games, and not like one. I've been bouncing around
Oh.
because I feel like playing an old Fire Emblem game, but I'm like, I don't know which one's gonna scratch the itch. So I played
All of them.
I played all 3 of the GBA ones. I'm like, that's not really doing it. I played Path of Radiance. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it, even though I got really far in that one. So yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. So I'm thinking about throwing in Awakening, see if that scratches the itch. I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah. That's a week.
It is. What have you been up to, Chase?
I went to Disneyland.
What?
Can you tell?
I really wasn't paying attention to what you were wearing.
Not sponsored. I'm going again.
We wish we were sponsored by Disney.
Going again this week.
They would
I
never
have a
sponsor
problem.
us.
Oh, no, of course they wouldn't. That would be a terrible decision on their part. That's
Yeah.
why I wish they do it. Freaking be brave, you cowards over at Disney. Sponsor us. I'm just saying.
Speaking of Disney,
Disney.
we did see Onward yesterday.
We did.
Oh, it's a story of brotherly love and a
It
pair of
really
legs.
is. Yep. I will say, after watching it, it's probably up there in my top Pixar movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not the opinion I've heard from people I know
That
who have
is-
seen
It
it.
was way
No,
better
it was
than I thought it was
very
going to
good.
be.
I have seen exactly one chunk of that movie, and it was the gas station scene.
Okay.
Because that was when I was dealing with some irate guests in Onward. Because, oh my gosh, there are children in my theater making noise.
It's a kids movie.
Correctamundo. And they're like, literally, I did have a guest who was like, why are you even allowing children in here? Like, they're more than likely going to spread, like, the coronavirus.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
And I'm like, it's a kids movie. I
Why are
get
you
that
here?
you want to see this. But maybe if you're terrified of the coronavirus, do what all of our other clientele is doing and just not show up.
That's true. But yeah, I think. Well, we're not gonna go much in this movie at all. But it was.
Yeah, please don't. I do plan on seeing it.
Yes. No. It was really good. I cried multiple times.
That's what
And-
Pixar do.
Pixar do it,
Pixar's good at it.
and it made me want to watch Lord of the Rings again. And
Um,
That's just your fantasy
any-
touchstone.
Anything that just briefly has like the slightest Lord of the Rings reference, Chase is like, I want to watch Lord of the Rings.
no, there was a clear Lord of the Rings reference.
There was. You're right.
Uh,
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying any sort of Lord of the Rings reference. You're like, I want to watch Lord of the Rings.
Well, gotta watch that again.
And,
Just read them.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Chase.
I've,
You'll
got,
be
I've gotten
shocked.
like 200 pages in.
You'll be shocked at the amount of times one man can use the word queer. To talk about weird things, to be
Yes, queer things.
clear. Queer things. I
I
have a friend who couldn't get past that. She's
He's-
like, every 2 pages, there's another queer being dropped here. She's like, even if that word in this usage wasn't annoying me, that's just a lot of usage of one word. I'm like, well, it's a very queer world. And she's like, shut up.
Yes. Well, in addition to make me want to watch Lord of the Rings, also made me want to listen to like epic fantasy metal.
Okie dokie.
Which I
That
have.
can
I see it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so Barley Lightfoot is the best character in anything ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay.
100% agree.
Wow, that's high
Love
praise.
him.
I love Barley Lightfoot.
I had a feeling I was gonna like him already, but
I was like Chris
What?
Pratt and Tom Holland.
Pratt.
Pratt and Tom Holland did a great job.
nice combo.
Star
Yeah.
Lord, Spider Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot. Shine did not.
Oh yeah, so there's a part that kind of is like Guardians of the Galaxy. This is real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
No, I mean this movie is very good. I like the comedy and the animation is really good. Watched in IMAX.
What was weirding
It's
me
really
out
great.
for just the short stuff I saw was like, I feel like, the characters are nice and stylized and stuff, and the animation is really good, but I feel like the rest of the world looks almost too realistic for how stylized the characters are. Like, am I crazy?
I didn't see that.
I didn't care.
I'm sure if I watched the movie, it wouldn't bother me. Like, watched it.
Yeah.
But I was in there, I was like, that's a really photorealistic looking band.
Yeah, they're
And those are some very cartoony elf boys.
very good animation in CG.
I would literally be shocked if there was anything else to say about Pixar. It's like, well, I watched the new Pixar movie. It looked like garbage. What the fuck happened? I felt like I was watching the first Toy Story again, but it's 2021.
Hey, but the first Toy Story was very good for its time.
For its time.
Yeah.
A
And
movie-
now it is trash.
A movie that they made based
So
on their
cute.
own limitations. They're like, we want to tell a story, but we can't make anything look too real yet. So let's have our characters not be real. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, Pixar Through the Ages is really I was gonna say fantastic. That's not the word I was looking for, but it's really great to look at. It's very interesting to like
Yeah.
follow the
Fantastic
progression.
Totally works.
It's not what I was thinking though, but yeah, it's fantastic to like the progression is really good. In that, it's because it's cutting edge.
Yeah, they've
Technology.
always been cutting edge, which
Yeah.
is impressive, really, for how long they've been around. How you've been able to be consistently on the cutting edge.
Yeah,
That is hard to sustain.
just consistently upping their game
Mhm.
with every movie, and Pixar is fucking great.
Yeah.
I don't
agree
think
with
I
this.
dislike any Pixar movie.
Oh, I can guarantee you I can name one.
The Good Dinosaur?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
There you
It's
go.
not great.
It's not good.
That is
It's pretty.
Cars 2.
Oh,
I like
Cars
too.
2.
I don't.
You and the sequels, man.
Wait, which one?
Cars 3 was enjoyable. Cars 2 was
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
Like,
wait.
Mater is the super spy.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I didn't
They're
see
in
Cars
Tokyo.
2.
It's not good.
I saw Cars and Cars 3.
3?
Cars
That's
3.
fine. Cars 3
Yeah.
is the sequel to Cars
okay.
1.
Yeah. I don't know what
I did
Cars
not
2
see
is.
Cars 2, actually.
It's like some weird.
Like that's totally legitimate though. I mean it is just a sequel to Cars 1 with like a small reference to Cars 2 in it.
They're like, don't.
Ain't nobody
Pay
got
no-
time for that
Yeah,
though.
pay no mind to Cars 2.
We fucked up.
We know. We wanted money. It's
Okay,
fine.
so actually, one thing I do want to say about Pixar
yeah.
and Disney specifically.
Yeah.
So they're releasing 2 movies this year,
Yes,
which
that's
is
unusual.
that's unusual. The second one is Soul,
Mhm.
So
and up until this point, I have seen exactly 2 trailers for this movie. One in another movie, I don't remember which one it was before, and one in front of this movie,
Mhm.
and no other marketing whatsoever.
it's because they were prioritizing their marketing
Yeah.
for Onward. They're going to
That's-
shift over to
yes.
Soul now.
And now I'm interested to see their marketing for Soul after Onward's already out, which is now, and see how much they really push it. Because I mean, like Disney pushes everything that they have, but I feel like Soul, I don't know how well it's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna do well.
Really,
I don't think it's gonna do.
it's Pixar.
Not all Pixar does well.
Most Pixar does really well.
The Good Dinosaur did not do
It's
well.
because it wasn't good.
That's
Good
true.
Pixar does well, and that movie
It's
looks like
true.
it'll be
It
good.
does look good.
So like that's not most Pixar does pretty darn well. Even like their not great performing films though still
Oh, that's true.
make more
they still
than
make good
most
money.
movies.
Yeah.
It's just like wow, for a Pixar film that was horribly disappointing.
But I'm interested to see their marketing for that.
Yeah.
Because I want to see more about it. So
He was so excited because he's like, it's about jazz. And then Chase was like, does he die?
I forgot.
Like, isn't that the part,
I
the
forgot.
point of
It's
this
the whole
movie?
premise of the film.
The whole point is he dies.
yeah, I forgot what it
was-
was about.
He was enjoying the jazz so much. And then they showed the guy fall. It's like, oh.
That's right. He's a dead jazzer.
Yeah.
Just jazzing all over the place.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, real quick though. So we did see the short with
Maggie.
Oh,
With-
that's
yeah,
why I brought
Maggie.
it up.
Yeah.
Because you brought it. I think you brought up
Yeah.
something. I don't know. That's actually why I brought up Onward.
Mhm.
So yeah, the short before Onward was a Simpsons short about Maggie.
Yes. Seeing the word Disney in Simpsons font was really weird because that's how it intros. It's
don't
like
remember.
Disney Maggie's Adventure or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't remember. And then it's like
Maggie's
Disney
Big
presents.
Fucking Adventure by
Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah, it's like it didn't look right. First of all, it's a good short though.
It's funny.
Does not seem like a Disney short.
No, it does not.
Yeah,
Like-
It's very clearly a Simpsons short.
yeah, I mean, there's some adult jokes in there,
Yeah, it was
which is
weird
funny.
to see in a Disney.
which I mean, probably will go over
Thing.
kids' heads, which is the point.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But
There's very clear instances of neglect that does not go with Disney.
it's like
brand.
Simpsons dark humor. Like
Yeah, it's very typical Simpsons.
To be
which
fair,
was
Pixar has
fine.
some dark humor that most people won't get. Like even most
What?
people. Toy Story 1, the hookers.
I don't
So
remember
some of
this.
the toys that Sid was playing with, they're like sexy legs
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
hooks. They're hookers. There you go. There's a quick one. That's a visual gag.
That's funny. But yeah, in this short, it is like like most Pixar shorts are nonverbal,
Mhm.
barring like the Frozen one, which wasn't.
Too
I would
much
say
verbal.
oh, that's a short film. Like that's a film. But this is similar. Like there was no words. And that was really weird to see from a Simpsons perspective. So I'm
Yeah.
like almost expecting them to talk.
See, but if they
Um,
started talking, now it's going to become something not rated for children.
Fair enough.
But I enjoyed the format of it, and I just thought it was weird to see.
It was cute.
It was
but
weird.
It was weird
Yeah.
because a lot of the Pixar shorts go on to get nominated for like the Oscar in that category, but this is definitely not going to be. And if it is, it's going
Fast
to be a little
forward
weird.
to
I know,
Maggie's
right?
Big Adventure
Wins
winning
the Oscar.
Best Animated Shorts. That's you know what that would prove? The Disney bump.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like if it's by Disney,
Yeah.
it's just more prestigious,
Yeah.
or at the very least, more people saw it.
That's
No.
true.
More
Yeah.
likely, whatever short plays before Soul is probably going to win.
That's going to be.
We don't know what it is. We don't know what it's about. We know nothing about it. It's probably going to win the Oscar for Best Animated Short because that's how it goes.
Yeah. Soul's going to be their more serious one.
Oh, copyright. But then they had at the very end the
Distinctly different.
oh, they did have a legally distinct thing in the
They
short.
did.
They had night moon instead of good night moon.
It was so close though
It was
that
like
I thought that
almost
was the actual thing. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, are they allowed to do that?
Yeah, because I was like night moon. She was like, that's an actual thing. I'm like, no, it's not. It's good
Yeah.
night moon.
I should know that because I've read that to children
Yeah.
not too long ago.
But at the very end, when they had the like, at the end of the TV shows, had like the production company,
Yeah.
little
Yes.
thing, yeah,
Mhm.
and they had it for The Simpsons, but there was like, it was
Oh.
Gracie Films,
Yeah,
with,
with
like,
the-
at the movie theater,
And there's
but
a
there
little
was
guy.
a Mickey Mouse,
Little Mickey Mouse guy.
yeah,
Interesting.
Mickey Mouse in
It
there.
was
So
a little
like,
weird. 'Cause
more incorporation of Disney into this.
Yeah. it was like Mickey Mouse, but also still Simpsons like character. I don't know. How
Oh
to-
yeah, it was like a it was a silhouette, but it
It
was
was
like a
silhouette.
Simpsons drawn
yeah.
Mickey.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
It's a little weird.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, trailer talk. Trailer talk. Actually, wait,
Trailer
really quick.
talk.
Cheyenne,
Oh,
you
no.
get up to anything this week? Sorry,
Have I?
we got so distracted by talking.
Oh
about
no,
this.
I've just been reassuring parents about their children's safety in this time of the coronavirus. That's all.
What's that?
never heard of it.
Never heard of
Oh, well,
I know about this COVID thing going.
Oh.
it. This COVID-19.
COVID-19.
It should be COVID 20.
You know
We're
what?
not in
Actually-
2019 anymore.
Actually, there was a parent that thought there were
Two
separate things.
different diseases.
Yeah, they're
It's
like,
literally an
oh.
abbreviation.
Yeah, no, they were like, oh, we have the coronavirus and now we have this other one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna.
It's literally coronavirus disease 2019.
Yeah.
That's what it's short for.
Yeah. But I was like, I'm gonna go over here and do my job. Okay, it's not my job to tell you about diseases. Done.
It is your job to tell about diseases.
Oh,
Everyone
sure.
knows you're a doctor.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Cheyenne.
Yes.
Sure.
So, trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
Trailer
Talking about
talk.
trailers, having a good time.
Nice.
A notable one that we got this
Mhm.
week was another Artemis Fowl.
A full Artemis
A full
Fowl
Artemis,
trailer.
Artemis
Artemis
Fowl trailer. And I will say,
Yeah,
Eh.
I feel you. I never read those books, to be fair. Like, I don't think any of us did, but
Nope.
I think I
Yeah.
did.
that's
maybe
worse.
like one.
I was
know
briefly
who they were.
interested, but it came
Or
out.
like- Because they're like a Scholastic Book Fair, I'm pretty sure.
Ah.
And then I probably bought one.
I just
I feel like I had one.
yeah,
just
I just
not-
missed it.
I mean, and to be fair, so did they by about 15 years to make this movie.
Yeah. It's a little too late. I don't know who's interested anymore.
No one.
I
Like-
actually remember hearing Disney got the rights to make this movie a long time ago.
They
That's-
did. They've
they
been
did
trying
that with
for a
a lot of
while,
stuff.
to be fair.
Yeah.
They've been trying to make this movie for quite some time. It's like second development hell.
Missed the mark.
But sometimes you should just let something stuck in development hell stay dead. Now, and who knows? Maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe this movie will be great. We'll have a
Yeah.
good old time. We'll have a whole episode talking about it.
Maybe.
But,
Or they should have just made this a show.
making things into shows is
Nah.
a thing now.
Yeah.
I can't see this as a show.
Me neither. It's
Yeah.
it's a bit too much.
Is it?
Yeah.
I say that, but we live in a world where like Game of Thrones is a TV show. But like,
That's true.
Sorry.
Yeah.
let it go. Let it go.
No.
Oh no. Well, Artemis Fowl. I mean, it looks like.
It looks like a movie
know
that would
how
have
to
been
describe it.
popular in its
in like
style,
the 2000s.
in the 2000s.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
it does, but we're in the
Yeah.
2020.
It's like its style is out of place.
I feel you. Like if that movie came out in 2008, I've been like,
Yes, 2008.
that's a straight up
specifically.
2008 movie.
That's what
Yeah.
the year I was
Ah,
thinking too.
Everyone always thinks of 2008.
2008, A Spacer Odyssey. I'm kidding.
Yes.
That's the 8th movie in the 2001
yeah, I get
series.
it, I get
well,
it.
there is 2002. Yes, there is.
What?
Yeah, the sequel to 2001. Yeah, that's a real thing. Just
What?
keep making them. Yes. I've never seen it, but it exists.
Okay. Fuck.
It does. All right. Any other notable trailers? Really? There was the one about the bus, Greyhound.
It's not about the bus.
I'm confident it's about a Greyhound bus.
No, it's a World War II one.
Psh,
World War
doesn't
II one.
World War
II
21.
trailer,
We're doomed.
movie
Oh,
trailer.
no.
About a submarine.
I mean, war movies are big again.
And Tom Hanks is Tom
Oh.
Hanks.
Oh, that one.
That one,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
The one with Tom Hanks in a submarine.
In a bus.
Okay.
In a Greyhound bus. Fighting the Nazis from a Greyhound bus.
No.
With Tom Hanks. I'd watch that movie.
You know what? Yeah.
Tom Hanks with a bunch of like tourists like getting there, like trying to get out of Nazi Germany on
Yeah.
a Greyhound bus.
That actually
Quality
yes.
film.
Oh no.
Out of curiosity, yeah.
It's
I'd
like a
watch it.
weird combination with like it's like a heartwarming family tale, a war film, and like Argo, where they're like trying to pull off his scheme to get out. I'm telling you, Hollywood, jump on that. Just pay me like $20.
$20. That's all you would
That's
take for
it?
that?
Look, ideas aren't worth a lot. It's about execution. Everybody can have an idea. I'm not willing to write this script. Or we can just have that be our follow-up to what we're working on.
Oh my gosh.
No.
How?
Or go fuck yourself.
Please no.
Speaking of Argo, we got another Ben Affleck movie in theaters this week.
Oh,
The Way Back?
Not, in fact, the prequel to The Way Way Back.
Yeah, okay. I was confused. I
What?
was like, isn't that a movie?
People are making jokes too. It's like, it's like 7 years ago, The Way Way Back. Now, The Way Back. 7 years from now, The Back.
What is the way back?
I don't even remember.
It's definitely a film.
Yeah.
What? It's a comorama, comedy drama.
A dramedy?
Duncan is an awkward teen who must spend the summer at a beach house with his mother, her boyfriend, Trent, and then Trent's obnoxious daughter. Trent can't resist badgering Duncan, so the youth steals away to a water park and gets a job that will help him stay off Trent's radar. As Duncan tends to the slides and pulls at the aging park, he finds a father figure in wisecracking park manager Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell's
That's
in
how
this.
he does brilliant. What is this movie? I've never heard of this ever.
The Way Way Back. I've definitely seen it. I remember nothing about it, but I remember I
2013.
remember that it was pretty good, and that's all I remember.
I think.
And that was also one of the first times I remember like actively noticing Sam Rockwell in a movie.
The only time I ever actively noticed Sam
Is
Rockwell
that
was
with-
Iron Man 2.
Yeah, Iron Man 2, yes, right.
Dancing around as Justin Hammer.
Actually, no, sorry, Charlie's Angels. Dancing
Charlie's-
around is.
Oh my gosh.
I don't forget his character's name.
No one else does either.
Yeah. No. Is
No
that-
one remembers Charlie's Angels like you do, Chase.
I know you're the person we go to now.
For Charlie's Angels.
We need those Charlie's Angels facts. What's Sam Rockwell's
I
name?
don't know.
You failed us. That's your one job here.
And then Jojo Rabbit. He was very good in Jojo Rabbit.
Go, go, Rabbit Chopper.
We went to Target the other day, and I was trying like
It's a Jojo Rabbit lunchbox for kids.
Though there was Jojo Rabbit that was out on display, but they didn't have the 4K version. It was just empty.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, they were out of stock. Actually, no. The first thing we saw was Knives Out, and I was like, oh, I was looking for the 4K. I'm like, oh, buy it right now. No, they didn't have it. It was out of stock. And I go around the other side of the
People
display.
are stocking up because
And-
they got to watch something during coronavirus.
And Jojo Rabbit was there. I'm like, oh, where's the 4K? No, it's gone. I was
Just
gonna buy.
Blu-ray.
I was literally gonna buy both those movies on physical media
Yeah.
in 4K. Actually, it comes to digital code too. But I
Yeah.
was gonna buy physical media, which I never do because both those movies are great.
They're so good.
They are
They're
good.
such good movies.
I was literally thinking about buying Knives Out earlier this morning.
No, okay. So I got the notification. I think it was trending on, or like I got notification on Twitter when it first came out. Both those movies when they first came out on Blu-ray.
It was like a couple weeks ago,
on
right?
4K. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. and I went to go buy it. And for Jojo Rabbit, I remember there was like one left in stock in every store. It was like it sold out like almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
good
Amazon
film.
might be out too.
It's good film.
Doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
But those are good films, and Sam Rockwell's good. That's how we got here.
That's how we got here. Speaking of, also, you know, tying in the other way around with Knives Out, is that, you know, in promotion for his new movie that's absolutely coming out next month, Daniel Craig hosted SNL
I thought you were gonna go
last night.
Did he?
Yes.
Was Elizabeth Warren on that one? Are you sure?
I don't know.
Elizabeth Warren was on SNL, I think, last night.
Okay, well then I guess she was on that one. I don't know. I didn't watch everything. Who has time for that? I only watched 2 things. I watched his opening monologue, which is pretty great, featuring a deleted scene from the new James Bond.
The entire movie?
No, that would be awesome. No, it's a very stupid, fun little thing where it's like James Bond is like meeting up with this chick in a casino to get information about Spectre, and he's kind of like trying to be cool, and he like
the not Hydra.
rolls some dice at the craps table, and he's like all of a sudden it's like, hey, winner, you rolled a 7. He's like, what, I won? And he gets like super into playing craps to the utter neglect of the actual thing going on, as everyone around the table is like pushing out the girl, and she's trying to be like, look, if we go up to my hotel room, I have all the information. It's like, and then like some lady's like, come on, roll a 4, and he's like, you need a 4? Blow on it. He's like, you all want to, after I'm done with this, y'all gonna call me Simba because I'm king of the jungle. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I want to see this.
And then the other one I watched was him coming in right after being cast in Knives Out. He's meeting with Ryan Johnson, but he's like, look, I really want to nail this, so like, let me bring in my dialect coach.
Oh, I knew he was gonna go. That's what I thought you were going with that when you were talking. Like, I'm like, is he having a southern accent? A southern accent?
Yeah, so it's his dialect coach, like trying to find just the right southern accent for Benoit Blanc. It's very stupid, but very entertaining.
I was like, that one of the best things about Knives Out is his bad accent.
It's so wonderful.
So committed to
I've
it, too.
eliminated no suspects.
Spot on.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh man, I love that movie. I can't wait to see more of him.
What state are you from? Louisiana, Kentucky?
Louisiana, Kentucky. Oh man, I seriously can't wait for the sequel to that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, we find, you know, if nothing else, 2019 gave us a new gentleman detective.
Yes.
We don't get many of those these days, and I do love that genre. Mm-hmm. All right, so we've been farting around enough. What are we talking about today, Chase?
So, what sparked this? Wait.
Do you not remember what sparked this?
No.
I can very easily tell you. All right, so on our Slack, you decided to share a story.
I don't
story
remember.
that lit up my heart.
Oh, okay, yes. So The Last of Us is getting a TV show.
It is
on HBO.
On HBO. Yes.
I knew he was gonna be so excited, and Shine's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Cheyenne's reaction was totally like polar opposite of mine.
Oh.
She's like, okay, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh no, because I saw that already when Chase posted it. I'd already seen that. I was like, okay.
I just woken up.
Because it was just that morning that it was stuff started trending on that.
Mm-hmm.
But then we started thinking about what other video game adaptations have there been.
So it was kind of the perfect storm. But yeah, so first of all, about this Last of Us show. So it's coming to HBO, and it is being co-created by the writer and director of The Last of Us and the writer of Chernobyl. That's dynamite team. I am very excited because they've been trying to make this movie for a couple of years. And yeah. And it just wasn't happening. And I wouldn't have been surprised. I didn't know how you were going to cram that whole story into 2 hours and make it still fucking impactful and matter. Chase still hasn't really experienced any of the most impactful moments of that game, except for kind of the opening.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna make you finish that game before the sequel comes out.
Okay.
We don't have long. We're just gonna find a day. It's like we're just gonna play The Last of Us. We're not even gonna put this on camera. But I love that game. That has been talked about multiple times here. But also, we just had Sonic. You know, huge release somehow, and also we just had season 3 of Castlevania drop on Netflix. I watched the first half of it. It's great.
I was trying to get through the first season. I'm almost done. I think. Actually, how many episodes are in the first season?
4.
Oh, then I'm in the second season.
It is the first 4 episodes. Dude, Castlevania is so fucking good.
It's a good show.
It's so fucking good. Like, just... Oh, man. Episode 7 of season 2 is just phenomenal. It's just, like, some of the best action I've ever seen in an animated series.
It's yeah.
And then I love the characters. I love where it's going. And I'm really enjoying season 3 so far, even though it's very unusual. Because, like, after the end of season 2, all the characters are just fucking split to the wind all over the place. And this season just follows all of their stories. And I'm like, is this going to... Bless you.
Hello.
I'm like, is this going to come together? Because, like, I don't know. Right now, I feel like season 3 is just following our characters. And I feel like it's more going to be, like, set up for, like, a huge season 4. More than, like, it's building to something this season. Okay. Yeah. But it still is like really interesting. All these characters have like really interesting storylines that they're doing, except for Alucard. Alucard's story is kind of boring. Aww. Well, you know, that's what happens when you're just chilling in a castle. But yeah. So, you know, with all of this, with all these adaptations of video games coming around, it feels like we're in kind of I was going to say a golden age, but the golden age. There have never been good video game adaptations. And so we thought it was a good time to, you know, turn back the page and reflect on how we fucking got here and all the shit we suffered through to get there. So, the first live-action video game movie, at least in Hollywood. I mean, that's going to be the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Produced by Disney.
What?
Buena Vista
It was made by
Distribution.
Disney.
I didn't know that. That might be the worst Disney movie ever made.
Before it was Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, it was Buena Vista Pictures Distribution.
Well, I mean, Buena Vista is still a thing, technically.
But this was like the original incarnation.
Yes. Ooh, man, that's a bad film. Have you ever seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No.
I didn't finish it.
That's fair. I don't know why I did. Or even more appropriately, why I watched it multiple times as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
I definitely owned this film. I saw it many times, and it added exactly one thing to canon.
What did it add?
The Mario Brothers' last name.
Mario, and Luigi Mario?
That classic scene is from the film.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes. So, because, I mean, of course it makes sense. Technically,
Mario
if they're the
Brothers.
Mario Brothers, their last name has to be Mario. And so there's this scene where they're in their van, and like a police officer pulls up and is like, ID is like, Mario. Your name's Mario? Yeah, Mario and Luigi Mario. We're the Mario Brothers.
Oh no.
And I think that was the moment when I fell in love because I'm dumb.
Oh.
I think this movie also created the character of Daisy.
Really?
Oh, I think so. That might be canon. That might be me misremembering things. I haven't watched this movie in many years because I developed something called taste.
Oh, no.
Kind of. Not great taste.
Wow. Taste. It remained the only live-action film based on a Nintendo property until last year.
That is correct.
They were scarred.
As we all were.
Yeah, I guess they're, yeah.
But yeah, so like literally the whole story is just like we got, you know, our Mario Brothers, they're plumbers in New York, and they end up discovering like the Mushroom Kingdom, which is ruled by an evil, tyrannical dictator named Bowser, who's just a guy.
Really?
I mean, he's not just a guy, but he just walks around as just a guy for like most of the entire movie. The Goombas are the most horrifying things I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've seen the Goombas.
They're big dudes with little heads.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Yoshi is in this movie, but he's just a dinosaur. And yeah, if I recall correctly, yeah. So we have So Luigi is basically, his motivation is he's trying to save like this girl that he likes, who I'm 90% certain is Daisy, but I might be misremembering that. It's a fucking terrible film. What's our cast?
Yeah.
Princess Daisy. I'm almost confident this is where she came from. If not, whatever.
She's an NYU student.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Oh no.
It's so dumb. I love it, but it's stupid. So that's the Mario Brothers movie.
So, well, apparently, according to Wikipedia, Dustin Hoffman expressed interest in portraying Mario, but was turned down. For the role, Danny DeVito was offered both Mario and the director. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Michael Keaton were approached to play Koopa, King Koopa. Bowser. Tom Hanks was considered for the role of Luigi. And yeah, okay, so that's
This movie was a big deal before everyone realized it was a terrible idea. Why is my phone blowing up? Oh no.
I don't know. Oh no, not like last time. But the interesting thing about this movie, being the first video game adaptation, I guess you can really say it's an adaptation. Like it's
yeah, it's real different.
Like it's they're they're taking the characters.
Yes, they are.
And that's about it?
Yes, they are. I mean, that's almost as bad as the Pole Position TV show.
Oh, it's President Koopa.
Yes, it is. It is President Koopa. He was elected, apparently. That makes me think of like a lot of times in like the olden days, you would just have a title for something.
The days of yore.
And you would just be like, well, we're running with that. It's the Pole Position TV show in a nutshell. You know Pole Position?
Nope.
It's an old racing game, like old car game.
Okay.
And they're like, and it's just like literally you drive. It's a drivey car game.
Okay.
They're like, well, we have the rights to the Pole Position name, and we want to make a TV show. So we're gonna make the Pole Position TV show, which is the story of a family who fights crime in cars. And that happened in the 80s.
Okay.
It was actually one of the first like TV shows based on a video game, even though it's not. But to my knowledge, the very first TV show based on a video game, Pac-Man. There was a Pac-Man TV show in the very early 80s.
What?
And it was the story of Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, and they did their Pac-Man life things. Mac-Pan?
Mac-Pan?
I think they redid it too.
That's even worse.
2000s?
But no, like legitimately 1982, there was a Pac-Man TV show.
Why does he look like
It's a wonderful question.
an angry Italian man?
An angry Italian man.
Yeah, it was just this animated show all about Pac-Man doing his Pac-Man things. Pac-Man ended up like a Pac-Man pan. I don't know what to tell you. I never saw this show. I just know it exists.
I am confusion.
But that was like the first, basically, TV show ever based off of a video game.
Got 2 seasons.
It did get 2 seasons, which is more than a lot of these could say. I wish actually that were true, but a lot of video game TV shows actually last for a couple seasons.
Oh, it was Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera. But what's also interesting is like early on, like in like the 80s and stuff, they had this thing where they weren't like, well, we're not gonna like have a TV show all about like a video game. We're gonna have things like the Saturday Supercade, which is a TV show that was just a bunch of like shorts all stitched together starring different cartoon different cartoons of like video game characters. So you'd just have like a bunch of weird eclectic shit. You'd have
like the Space Invader and the Centipede.
No, like Mario for like a weekly like gig, but then also it would be like, I'm trying to remember what these were, because these like, it was like Mario, you're like, oh, Mario, and it's like a bunch of random ass fucking shit. But like by Mario, I mean like Donkey Kong Mario.
Yeah.
So like it's Mario and Pauline trying to track down Donkey Kong, and he would keep taking Pauline, and then like Mario would have to stop him, and then like DK would be like tricked by bad guys to be like thinking that like bad stuff is happening, so they use his muscle. And then like occasionally like Mario and Pauline will convince him like, no, Donkey Kong, they're bad, and he'll be like, oh no, and then he'll help them stop them, but then he'll get away and we gotta chase Donkey Kong again.
What?
That was a show.
Okay.
And then along that same ilk, there was Captain N, the Game Master, which was a cartoon about a young boy who was sucked into the world of video games. And I mean like the world of video games.
Ah, it's an isekai.
It is. It was an isekai, 110%, except his isekai party members were like Simon Belmont and Mega Man.
What?
And
Mega Man.
And it was like a bunch
That's
of...
kind of cool.
It kind of is. The show ran for years. And like legitimately, like he and his like video game friends would go and they would try and rescue the princess who was like captured by like Mother Brain from Metroid and like all these other like video game bad guys. I mean, it's not a good show, but it was a cool idea and it was popular in the 80s and the early 90s. But yeah, that sort of shit happened a lot. That doesn't happen anymore. It also had like multiple crossovers with like the Legend of Zelda cartoon and stuff. Excuse me, princess. But while that's happening, because like really adaptations, like when was the Mario Brothers movie made?
1993.
Yeah, so like
that was the first.
The 80s were dominated by like TV shows. We also had like Dragon's Lair, and then the first one of these that I really watched, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which was not good, but it would basically be. It was like part live action, part animated. Where you had like Mario and Luigi hanging out at their like plumber's shop, which was just like a weird place. And like they would have a guest star show up. And sometimes these guest stars were like playing characters from the Mario universe. And sometimes they were like literally just Rowdy Roddy Piper. And
what the fuck is this?
Dude, it was a fever dream.
Oof, I'm going to have to include so many pictures. Just for the fun.
It's nonsense.
The Super Mario Super Show.
Super Mario
Super
Brothers.
Show. Yes.
It's glorious. I don't remember the name of the guy who plays Mario, but he was like a former wrestler. And he voices Mario. So basically it would be like them in like the live action
like
stuff.
Ron Jeremy.
And it would, he does kind of look like Ron Jeremy in this. And then they would like transition into like the animated shorts and stuff like that.
It's Lou Albano.
Lou Albano? Okay, yeah. But yeah, so like it was cute. It was super dumb. But I watched it like a lot because I had like VHSs of like episodes from the show.
Oh no.
Yeah, those days. And that was actually paired up and aired with the Legend of Zelda like show. And so you would watch one, then you would watch the other, and neither were very good, but damn it if they weren't my childhood. They only ran for like 1 year, I think.
The Legend of Zelda one?
Well, so like, but here's the thing. It's like Legend of Zelda was supposed to keep going after its one season. But the Super Mario Brothers Super Show was canceled.
There were 64 episodes.
So they canceled both.
Okay. That's a decision.
They're like, well, without the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, why would anyone watch the Legend of Zelda cartoon? And Link's wacky antics of always trying to get a kiss from Princess Zelda. Oh, that show. It's glorious. Yeah. And that was like a lot of the 80s. It was a silly time. Full of silly things. But also, like, the last thing I'm going to touch on from the 80s. That's also when we got our first actual live action adaptation of a video game. At least that I could track down. Mortal Kombat Conquest.
Oh.
Which was a live action martial arts show. All about Kung Lao training the next generation of totally not actual Mortal Kombat characters to protect them from like Shao Kahn, like to protect the Earth Realm from Shao Kahn, who's gonna try and do Mortal Kombat stuff. And they go around and they do martial artsy fight stuffs. And it was a show that was actually, if I recall correctly, pretty popular. Mortal Kombat Conquest. Got to keep the K's going. Don't fall for that proper spelling bullshit.
Oh no, it's this C.
What?
Yes, it's
No,
C.
it's not.
Yes, it is. It's Mortal Kombat Conquest.
Oh my! What? This is not okay.
Mandela effect. Oh, stylized on screen as Mortal Kombat Conquest,
There you go.
but it's the poster has the C.
They fucked up.
I confused.
Okay, some of those though were going to be from Conquest mode from one of the Mortal Kombat games. But all of the terrible pictures of live action people standing around in terrible costumes.
Yes,
That was from the
it's
show.
terrible.
Yeah. So that happened. And yeah, it ran for a couple years. So it must have been popular. I'd never heard of it before this.
Nope.
That's all I got for you. Let's go to the 90s and some films.
Yeah.
Ooh, films.
We got some good films in the 90s.
Well, as you mentioned, the Super Mario Brothers film. If you say it's good.
It's not.
Then we had Double Dragon.
Double Dragon.
Yeah. So let's let's go over these like scores for these movies too.
Oh,
Super
no.
Mario Brothers Rotten Tomatoes is 21%.
Ooh, it's great.
Wow.
Double Dragon 8%.
Even better.
It made 2 million worldwide. Like where did this release? Was this wide released? I'm concerned.
It must have been.
I've never actually played the Double Dragon game,
I have.
but
I guarantee they're better than whatever that fucking thing was.
yeah. Well, Street Fighter came next, 1994.
Oh, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, that was 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
11% more than it deserves.
That's Universal.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That's a bad fucking movie.
Hey, but it made $99 million.
It did well.
Wow. Okay.
Look, that movie is just
more than
memes.
4 times more than the Super Mario Brothers movie.
That movie is just made of memes.
Before memes were a thing.
That is true.
Yes, and then the original Mortal Kombat movie,
I love that movie. It is not good.
46%. It's much better than.
Oh, it is much
Super Mario
better
Brothers.
than the movies that came before it, but it is still not good.
It also performed much better at 122 million.
Hey,
Yeah,
Metacritic gave it a 58 out of 100.
They did.
Yeah, no, like legitimately, I loved that movie. I grew up on that movie. I would watch that movie all the fucking time. It was not actually good.
And then the sequel came, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, 2
That's
years
just
later.
fucking garbage. though.
1997 with a 2%. It got a 2% on Rotten
It
Tomatoes.
might
That is
be.
the lowest thing I've ever seen.
It
rating.
might be the worst film I've ever seen. Like, quite literally, it's so bad, Chase.
Oh no.
It's got so like to break it down for you here. Wow, 25% of people like this movie. They have no taste. So to break it down, look, the first Mortal Kombat was not good, but it was entertaining. It had like some decent martial arts scenes to it, and like the characters were they were likable, I guess. I guess if you could say they have character, and you know it had a plot that like made sense and wasn't completely full of plot holes. I mean, it was, but so was Mortal Kombat itself. So like you just dealt with that. But the sequel. So first of all, Johnny Cage, best character in the first movie. Really, just the best character.
Okay.
He is.
Okay.
I don't know what you want from me here. It's not like you were going to say something different. But Johnny Cage is he's a man amongst men. He dies in the first 5 minutes of the film.
What? In the second film?
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, they just kill him off right at the start of the second movie because he didn't want to be in this.
Oh no.
Somebody more determined to not be in this, the original actress for Sonya Blade, who refused to come back for the sequel. She's like, no. And so they recast her. Much worse. Not like the original was great, but much worse. And this movie spends all of its time having all of its characters like scattered to the wind to try and introduce as many other Mortal Kombat characters as possible. All of the fighting scenes are bad. Like really bad.
Oh man.
And then like Liu Kang spends this whole movie like training to be able to do like I can't remember what it's called because I blocked this movie from my memory.
Mortal Kombat?
I wish.
Trained to do Mortal Kombat?
No, where that thing where he transforms into a monster. I don't remember what it's called, but like you know, if you find your inner animal spirit, you can transform into like a monster thing to fight. That's the only way you'll be able to defeat Shao Kahn. And so he spends the whole movie training to do that. And then so eventually at the end, you know, for Mortal Kombat and stuff, with the Mortal Kombating, Shao Kahn's like, I'm going to take over all of the realms because I'm Shao Kahn and I'm the bad guy. Also, the original actor for Raiden refused to come back.
Oh,
So they had to
of
they
course.
recast like half the returning characters. Like the only guy who like stuck around was Liu Kang because like what else is that guy doing? And and so at the end, he fights Shao Kahn and he transforms into like his monster, and Shao Kahn transforms into a monster. And this is the worst CGI I've ever seen in my entire
Then
life.
they Godzilla Mothra it.
It is the worst CGI I have ever seen in my entire life. Cheyenne, pull up a pic.
Will do.
No, it's quite bad. It's worse in motion, but we're not going to subject you to that. But oh my,
Okay.
oh my!
This is also 1997.
So
I was a child. I watched that in theaters. I regret all of that.
I was not born yet.
I know. Yeah. So that was a bad movie. What else came out, Chase?
After
my
that was the prequel to Scooby-Doo, Wing Commander.
wait, what?
Because Freddie
Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard. It has Freddie and Shaggy.
in a sci-fi adventure. They're on a
Okay.
Falcon Fury.
Wait, I thought it was IKEA.
Oh man, no. I've never played a Wing Commander game in my life. There's one thing I know about them. I think that Mark Hamill is in those games.
I think that's right.
So I guess there's one thing I think I know about them.
Have you seen this movie?
No.
I don't remember if this is one that Matthew Lillard is proud of or really dislikes.
I have a feeling it's probably the latter. But Matthew Lillard has had a really weird career, so maybe this is a highlight.
Is that a very weird career?
It's probably a highlight.
Yeah. Well, 10% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey, it's 8% better than Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep. And then in 2001, we get the turning point.
The turning point to where these movies aren't complete horseshit. We get probably the first not atrocious video game movie.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, it's still 20%, so keep that in mind. But we get Lara Croft Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie.
Apparently half as good as the original Mortal Kombat film.
Yeah, 33 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Okay, that movie's
But
not that bad. I don't think I haven't
It
seen
made $274 million.
It did indeed.
Which is more than twice of the second highest grossing for until that
At the
point, which
time,
is
yeah.
Mortal Kombat at the 122 million.
Yeah, no, that movie was a big deal. Everybody saw that
Yeah.
movie.
I saw that movie.
I've seen that movie too.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It's pretty.
It's entertaining.
That one is my childhood right there.
Yep.
My dad owned both this one and the sequel.
I don't
and
know.
I used to watch it all the time.
I don't know if I saw this movie first or
You
if I
see-
had the Game Boy Color Tomb Raider game first. I don't know if I played that first or if I saw this movie first.
Gotcha.
I didn't play the games.
Isn't Daniel Craig in the second? Or is
Wait,
Is in the first? I mix those two together in
I
my
do
brain.
too.
Gerard
No,
Butler
he's in the
is
first
in the
one.
second one.
Gerard Butler is his replacement. Not his replacement, but like
But
as the
yeah.
dude character. Yeah. This is the first Daniel Craig movie. Because I remember seeing him as James Bond and I was like, wait, weren't you in Tomb Raider? Weren't you that jerk in Tomb Raider?
Okay. I could swear he's in that, but yeah.
Oh, here we go.
In the first one? No, he totally
Daniel
is.
Craig is Alex West.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
He's American and it's weird.
Ian Glenn.
What messes
Jorah Mormont!
It is.
I'm like, I know that name.
It was always weird to me that Daniel Craig is English, Angelina Jolie is American, but they switch accents.
Yep.
Is Ian Glenn? How many video game movies is Ian Glenn in?
He just pops up in a lot of weird shit, dude.
So, I mean, there's already two I could think of because I was thinking about one earlier.
We're about to get to that franchise. Too.
Yeah, we will. But if you notice, up until this point, like these are big production companies putting on these adaptations, like
They're desperately
Universal,
trying to capitalize
New
on
Line
this.
Cinema, Fox, Paramount, Buena Vista Pictures Distribution, which is Disney, and then directly following Lara Croft Tomb Raider in 2002 is the first Resident Evil movie.
Woo! I like this one.
Yes, the good one.
I watched
Good might
this
be a
lot.
strong term, but I like this one a lot.
Yes. I've seen this. I don't know if I feel okay. I know for a fact I've seen this movie multiple times. I don't know which of the other ones I have seen.
Because they all blur together in a mess.
Yes.
They
You know what
do
we
all
should
blur
do
together.
after Chasing the Furious?
Oh no.
The Resident Evil?
Kyle,
Yes!
no.
Yes!
Well, I guess I could finally watch the last two.
There you go. We'll get to it.
The first
We'll
time
go through and rewatch every Resident Evil movie.
the first time I watched the first Resident Evil movie was at my grandma's house while she was asleep. Because it just came on and I didn't know where the remote was. And so I just sat there like, I guess I'm watching this half scared with my hands like over my eyes. But then something would happen and pop them open like, oh, wait, but I like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, there'll be some crossover.
There will.
Because of Michelle Rodriguez.
Yep.
Is in Resident Evil and Fast and the Furious.
She's in Resident Evil 1 and 5.
Hey, you know what? She has a theme of not being dead.
Oh no, she's dead.
She's
She
dead.
just comes back in the
and then
fifth
she
one.
comes back. Oh, you're right. She has a theme of coming back.
Yep. And then we get the sequel, Tomb
That
Raider.
confused me so much.
The Cradle of Life.
Cradle of Life.
It's not as good as the first one.
It's not.
I don't know if I remember this outfit, but I don't remember the movie.
You remember that?
And then,
outfit?
I'm sorry, I did misspeak. Because we're about to talk about something very important.
Yes, I did not know this was a thing.
I
What?
wish I didn't.
What?
Because I'm sorry, I did
This next movie.
misspeak, despite
Oh.
the percentage score being one higher. This is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
It did get a 3%.
House of the Dead
No.
is so bad. And it does begin
Oh yes,
a chronicle
I see.
Oh.
that I wish I could have, that none of us were subjected to. These are called the video game movies of Uwe Boll.
So I totally watched this when I was younger.
It's so bad.
I did not know this was a video game.
It's
And I'm pretty sure my dad did
Yeah.
not know it was a video game because I know he watched this.
Well, that's why there's that segment at the end of the movie where they're walking down the scary dark hallway where they all have the guns and like back to back and they're
Yeah.
They
That's-
shoot off screen to reload.
like kind of like it's so clearly trying to like harken to like the idea of the video game. It's so bad.
Yeah, no,
But
that
to
went
be
over
fair,
my head.
that's just a theme we come to expect from Uwe Boll. So we're gonna take a moment and just talk about this dude
Okay.
Okay.
because fuck him.
Insert picture. Future Cheyenne.
Fuck this dude.
This dude. The
This-
one on the screen.
Uwe Boll might be one of the worst filmmakers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, no.
And he made it his personal mission to adapt video games into films. Badly.
He made it his mission to be shit.
It felt like it. It was like a deliberate effort. So we start with 2003's The House of the Dead. Atrocious film. But you know what? He was inspired. He was so inspired that 2 years later in 2005, he made 2 video game movies.
Oh,
Alone
dear.
in the Dark.
Mm.
Also very bad.
It's a
And-
one. That's a 1%. That is a 1% movie.
And Blood Rain. Also very bad.
That's 4%.
You know how most movies can't possibly get that low in review scores? He found a way to make it his career.
How do you still get jobs?
He financed these movies himself.
Yeah, he
Oh.
was like a restaurant.
No,
Restaurant.
no. Now he is.
Oh, he is
we'll
now?
get to that.
Oh.
So, 2007, he
let's
made
see.
3 video game movies.
Wait, what?
Oh,
In the
no.
Name of the King, which is based off the Dungeon Siege things, stars Jason Statham. Terrible film.
Oh, man. 4%.
Blood Rain 2 Deliverance. Somehow worse than the first Blood Rain movie.
I don't have that on this list.
It's because it wasn't released in theaters. You need to understand, I hated these movies so much as like when I was younger that I went out of my way to watch them. And then Postal.
7%.
7% more than it deserves. It deserves -%.
What? This can't be right. Okay,
What?
there is no
Yeah.
citation on this.
Uh-huh.
But it made less than $200,000.
That is correct. I had to find this movie through effort.
What?
It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and it is one of the most offensive movies I've ever seen in my life.
Isn't Postal considered a very controversial game as well?
It is. And
Like,
he embraced that.
Bad movie based on a bad game.
He embraced that 100%. He played Postal too, and he's like, well, now I have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck I want. Like, it's not a good sign when your movie opens with a joke that leads to the destruction of the World Trade Center. But that happened in 2007.
Oh, no.
Somehow. And it gets worse. Because you literally have Osama bin Laden hiding out in the U.S. to not get found. He's being hid there by his best friend, George W. Bush. And it's...
What?
It's atrocious.
What?
It's somehow offensive to everyone. Which is impressive.
Oh, no.
I wish I hadn't seen this one, but I did.
Oh.
And then in 2008, Alone in the Dark 2. I never saw this one. I didn't know it existed. He didn't direct this one too. I think he just like wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
But
That makes
Far
it worse,
Cry.
Far Cry was not rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's that bad.
Yeah, it's not available, but it's a 12%
Because no
audience.
critics bothered wasting their time watching it.
No.
It's bad.
It made $700,000.
I mean, really,
How?
I don't know how he kept making
How
these.
do movies make this little money?
But at this point, it became abundantly clear that this was like, I mean, like super diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So he took a break. And then in 2011, he made 2 more. Blood Rain, The Third Reich.
Oh, no.
I haven't seen this one, but it's quite bad. And because, he was just trying to be efficient, he was also making 2 other movies at the exact same time. So he made Blood Rain, The Third Reich, which is, a Blood Rain movie. He also made Blubberella.
Blubberella.
Which is like a spoof of Blood Rain, The Third Reich that he made himself at the same time as making it, where the whole joke is that like, ha ha ha, the main character is a fat woman. And then also he made Auschwitz, which is not a movie based on a video game.
Oh, no.
But he used the sets that he built for Blood Rain and Blubberella to make a serious, hardcore drama about how terrible life is in Auschwitz.
Oh, no.
I've seen none of these movies. I just know this.
These are not listed.
Well, first of all, it's because Blood Rain is the only one of those that's an actual video game movie, and it wasn't released in theaters. But yeah. This is a man with no morals. But a good brain for business, because none of these movies made any money. But, to be fair, he also only had to build 1 set for 3 films.
Now that's
That's
smart.
big brain energy right there.
200 IQ play.
But also in 2011, we got In the Name of the King 2, Two Worlds, which is still a Dungeon Siege movie, not a Two Worlds movie. This, though, is when we started getting really crazy with this franchise, where now the first one was just like, a fantasy movie, but this one's like, isekai.
Oh, God.
So this stars Dolph Lundgren.
What?
Who plays an ex-Special Forces guy who is sent to a fantasy world to destroy like an evil dragon or something like that to save it.
What?
It's the same world from the first movie.
What?
Yep. And then I believe the last of his video game movies were in 2014. In the Name of the King 3, The Last Mission, which stars Dominic Purcell in like the exact same plot.
Okay.
Because I guess it was cheaper to be able to film some scenes in modern day world than have it all be in a fantasy land. That's my theory.
Okay.
And Uwe Boll, he made all of these films. They were all terrible. And then he decided, you know what? I don't like people hating me. I'm going to make a restaurant. So he made a German-style restaurant in Canada. And it actually did well, and people
Oh.
liked it a lot. And he basically made a comment. He's like, I just had to open up a restaurant to get good reviews.
What the fuck?
And he has not made a movie since 2017.
Okay.
And we all are happier for it. The end! That was a nice little Uwe Boll sidestep.
Well, there's what was it? There was a petition. I
No.
think for him to retire
In
too,
2008.
in 2008.
Correct.
That I thought was kind of funny. It didn't work out, but that's kind of funny that
People hated this guy.
that people would go out of their way to go sign this petition to tell a guy to stop.
I received 1 million signatures.
Yeah.
It deserved many more. Yeah, no, like
No, that was the goal.
Ah.
That was the goal. The actual count was
he didn't
not
give a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just this guy is a character. The more you dig into him, the more you can enjoy this story.
Yeah, I see some quotes from him from like as a publicity stunt for Postal,
Yeah.
claiming he's a genius.
He is a genius.
Mhm.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But so while all of these fun movies were going on,
Yes.
in the 90s, shit just went crazy with video game adaptations on TV.
Mhm.
So, big deal tying into stuff right now. We got the 1993 Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon that ran for like 4 years. I remember watching that show. It wasn't good. We also got Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego? Was the
Yeah.
that was the first Carmen Sandiego TV show.
The game show?
No, that's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego,
right.
which
There you
aired
go.
a year later.
Ah.
I'm ready for you. It's not the game show.
Yes.
But in the 90s, we also got like Earthworm Jim and Mega Man and Double Dragon and Darkstalkers and Rayman and Donkey Kong Country. All of these happened.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea about any of those.
I've seen all of those at least a little bit. I grew up in the 90s. I don't know what to tell you. I couldn't get away. And then like the whole early to mid 2000s, they're like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's like one or two maybe, but like they just like took a break. Because they're like, this isn't working. And like 2008 or 9 happened and they're like, we're going ham again. And they haven't stopped since. And most of them still aren't good. There's been like 4 different Angry Birds TV shows.
When did Sonic Boom?
Okay, you say that, but the Angry Birds tunes, I think, is really popular amongst little kids. It was on
I
for
didn't
like 3
say
years.
popular.
Oh, okay.
He said good.
It's cute.
I haven't seen it. I'm just being.
That one's cute.
I'm just being an old
I'll say.
man.
I'll say that one is cute.
I'm sure mostly. I mean, yeah, Sonic Boom was I think like 2017
Really?
for the show.
Oh.
That's not
2016.
late.
Something like that?
2014.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
2014 to 2017.
before that.
Oh, see, well, I knew 2017 was there
Yeah.
somewhere. Then there was like another Sonic show.
Yes, Sonic Mania Adventures. My
They
cousin watched that
They
one.
just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
There's been like 4 Sonic shows now. Just keeps happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
The non-Uwe Boll ones.
mid to late 2000s, yeah, saw after House of the Dead's atrocity.
It's bad.
It's the sequel to Resident Evil, which was Apocalypse.
Not good.
No, it's a 20%. Yeah, still,
It's not House of the Dead.
still more than $100 million.
Well, yeah, these movies were successful.
Then Alone in the Dark, you said 1%. Then Doom,
Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
19%, which I feel is atrocious.
It's a bad film.
It's a bad movie.
It's a bad film. Has actually, though, a pretty good cast.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
okay.
this is the film where they really tried to lean into the video game aspect and have that first person.
Yes, that
Perspective.
confused me so much when I was younger because I didn't know what a first-person shooter was, and I'm like, why does it look like this?
Yeah. People try and say, well, there's that scene. It's really good. It's not. It's the most enjoyable scene in the movie. It's still not good.
Yep. And then Blood Rain, 4%. And then Silent Hill, which I really like.
I was gonna say the same. I actually really like Silent Hill.
That's a good movie.
It's really it has its problems, but it's really clear that the director was a huge fan of Silent Hill.
Yeah. This may be the only horror film I've ever watched by myself.
Wow.
Okay.
Alone at night.
Have you ever played a Silent Hill game?
Wow.
No.
Oh.
But I liked the movie. And I
Should
watched
play
this
the
movie
game.
like 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
No, it's an interesting movie.
Mhm.
The sequel is not.
Yeah.
A long time for them to make it to.
I mean, 31%. I think up to this point, the highest rated has been Resident Evil. No, sorry, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
46.
fucking Kombat.
46%.
I mean, when I was younger, would stand by the fact that Mortal Kombat was the best video game movie. I didn't know I was right.
And then we had a Dead or Alive movie. I did not know this was a thing.
I've seen this.
Oh no.
It is not good.
Oh no. That game series is not good.
That is also true. There are definitely DOA fans who are like, "Fuck you."
That's a 33%, $7 million.
And we got our third Resident Evil movie,
Extinction.
Extinction.
23%. That's 2007. And then we got Postal, which is 7%. No. Live action South Park? Okay.
That's how they pitched it.
Then we had Hitman, 2007's Hitman.
I saw Hitman.
I-
Wasn't good.
I don't know. I saw it. It was okay.
I didn't say it was terrible. I said it wasn't good.
I
I don't
said
know
it's
if I've
okay.
seen this.
It's like Timothy Oliphant, right?
Is that the name
Sure.
of that guy? I don't know.
He's an elephant? Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
That man's gone on to have a really good career.
Wait. Oh.
That guy. Yeah. I feel like
Oh.
Timothy Oliphant's one of those actors who like not everybody knows his name, but everybody knows his face.
Santa Clarita Diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in that.
That's all I know.
Uh,
Actually, that's not all.
Justified and
Nope.
the fourth Die Hard movie.
Ah. Live Free or Die Hard. The Good Place?
Yes. I wasn't going to comment on that, but yes, he shows up in The Good Place.
Does he?
Yes.
Where?
Yes, in the final season.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I know. He has the most ridiculous cameo.
Oh, I love ridiculous cameos.
It's so on the nose, it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna skip the other Uwe Boll movies.
All I'm going to say, though, is just, bear in mind that the judge's favorite TV show is Justified.
Oh dear. I see. I see.
This is Good Place talk.
It is.
None of us understand.
Max Payne.
Max Payne, 2008.
Starring Mark Wahlberg.
Wait, really?
That's
Max
a thing.
Wait. Oh.
And this is a movie that when they
Mila
marketed it...
Kunis?
Yes.
Ludacris?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This
I did
was
not
a movie that they marketed desperately trying to make it not known that it was a video game. And also
Really?
they did everything they could to deceive you in its marketing. Because they showed off all the crazy scenes with the demons and stuff that were all just his imagination and manifestations of his pain.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
wasn't real, but they used every scene of that happening in the movie as footage for the trailers to make it seem like a supernatural action film,
Oh no.
which it is not.
It's not.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I enjoyed the game.
I never played any of the games.
I think I've
Wow.
played maybe the first two. My dad was into Max Payne.
I feel bamboozled because I watched this. I liked it. I did not know this was a video game until
Oh, yeah.
just now.
Yeah, the Max Payne games. There's three
Max
of them.
Payne 3 came out not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. Nope. My dad loves this movie.
That's
It's
that's
interesting.
the series that modernized bullet time and shooters.
Yeah.
Cool.
16%.
Okay.
And Street Fighter, Legend of Chun-Li.
Starring Lana from Smallville.
That received a 5%.
It's not
You can see the
good.
trend here.
It's a very, very bad movie.
17 on Metacritic. But then
But then
we get in 2010 the Tekken movie
I literally didn't know that existed.
with a 0%
0%.
on Rotten Tomato.
Kyle's face is great.
What?
0%.
Hey, there's a reason you didn't know that was a thing.
I have to watch this.
I didn't know.
We
Like
stunned Kyle.
I thought 2% was really low, and then I thought 1% was really low. You can't get lower than 0.
There's literally no one that liked it.
No,
Oh
$967,000, which is still more than the Uwe Bolt movies, but it was a 0%, and that was distributed by Warner Brothers.
What?
That was a Warner Brothers movie.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. And then there was 2010 movie I did not see because okay, so I played Prince of Persia, the
Uh-huh.
the PS2 games.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Once they were remade, I stopped giving a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then this movie came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not give a shit.
Okay, so here's things I will say. I also played the Prince of Persia games on like PS2.
Mhm. I love those games.
And then I also played the reboot,
Mhm.
which I really liked, even though it was a game without an ending. I have never been more upset at the ending of a game. And then they released like a whole DLC thing, which like gave the game an ending and it made it worse.
Oh no!
But like that was an enjoyable game. It wasn't really an action game. It was more just like an exploration-y like platformer. But it was cool. Had Nolan North being Nolan North.
No.
But I will say about the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time movie, it's not bad.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I actually
not bad. You got
I
Jake
liked
Gyllenhaal.
this movie.
You
Ben
know, totally an Arabian prince.
Okay, there's some issues in the
Yeah.
casting.
Yes, the casting of this movie
Um,
is really whitewashing things. But the
Very.
movie, but the movie itself is very fun.
Yeah.
I did not know it was Disney.
It was.
Well, he did it. I
No.
thought I told you.
It did really well, if I remember right.
300,000, 300 million.
I mean,
Sorry,
what is that the most successful video game movie at the time?
that actually
Yeah,
Yeah.
is.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, this movie was big.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
saying in comparison to the ones that come after, I'm like that's
But-
300,000. No,
at the
that's
time,
300 million is the highest grossing.
At the time. Yeah,
At
like,
the
it was a
time.
big deal.
Also, Jake Gyllenhaal was very big at this time too.
Yes, he was.
And so that helped.
They
And
capitalized
it's,
on it a lot.
What's his name? Ben Kingsley
Mhm.
Yes.
is in this movie
He's
as
the
well.
villain.
Yes.
Oh, he's so
Got
good
a
as the
37%.
villain.
It's not bad. Like, especially by comparison.
It's enjoyable. Chase, watch it.
Like, I think you actually would enjoy.
I
the
have
movie.
this
Okay.
movie. We can watch it.
Okay,
I
I'll give it
love
a
this
shot.
Movie.
and actually, I do have those the original games. Are they original? Or are those remakes too?
Those are remakes.
That's what I thought. Okay, those PS2 versions.
There was like 5
Yeah.
Prince of Persia
Those
games
are
before the
those are the
PS2
ones I played as a child. And those are the ones I love. I have those on PC now. I think actually I started replaying it and then I got stuck somewhere and I'm like, fuck this. But still, then we got Resident Evil Afterlife and Resident Evil Retribution. There was not a video game movie in between those two.
For good reason. They don't make
2
money.
years. That's 2010 and 2012. 33% or 23% and 29%.
It's also when the Resident Evil franchise started suffering diminishing returns.
yeah.
Because like Afterlife, I think was their most successful, and then it just
Is
went
it?
downhill.
Really?
300,000. 300 million. Sorry, I keep saying 1,000. 300
You
million.
really do.
It's slightly less than Prince of Persia.
Oh my god! Actually, I guess I'm wrong.
What?
Fuck, the last one made the most.
Really?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Inflation.
Inflation. Maybe because people were like, "Oh, final chapter. They're gonna end it. Let's go watch."
That's yeah.
Is that why you watched it? It wasn't good. All right. After those Resident Evil movies, what do we got?
The Silent Hill remake remake sequel.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope. I
I've
got
never
it.
seen a movie less consistent with its own plot.
Got an 8%.
It didn't know what it wanted to do. There's like 3 scenes in a row where 3 different characters give alternate explanations for what's going on,
Oh no.
but it's not presented as if it's alternate information for what's going on. It's like every time they retell the backstory, it's like we just assume that's the new truth in the movie going forward until somebody else tells it again, and it's different, and then we just assume that's the truth. It also completely contradicts the first film.
That was a lot of words.
I don't know what to tell you. It's bad. Kit Harington's in it.
Really?
Yeah. He plays like the love interest for the main girl. But like he's
Does Sean Bean die?
no.
Okay.
This is the most special thing about these films. Sean Bean is in
Oh, actually,
Both.
yes. That's
You're
right.
right.
I forgot about this.
Sean Bean is in both both Silent Hill movies, and he makes it out alive through both of them.
How?
Even more impressive, the character that he's based on
Mhm.
does die
Yeah.
in Silent Hill 3, which is what the sequel is based on. They chose not to kill him.
You know what? They wanted a surprise because they're like, "Hey,
I
Sean
will tell you, that's shocked me more than anything in those movies. I remember watching that in theaters going, how the fuck is he still alive?
Yeah, you watch a movie with Sean Bean, you expect him to die.
Especially when, again, I grew up playing the Silent Hill games. I know that Harry Mason, the character who's based on, fucking dies. Spoilers, I guess, for a game from many moons ago. But yeah. And then, like, there's the scene where he should have been killed, but then, like, he's been kidnapped. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. Well, they're going to sacrifice him. I'm like, okay, well, he's doomed. Nope, makes it.
Interesting.
I don't know what to tell you. What's up next?
Another Disney movie, Need for Speed.
Disney did Need for Speed?
Disney did Need for
That was
Speed.
Aaron Paul, right?
Yes, Aaron Paul. It was Walt Disney Studio Motion Pictures. What?
Yes.
What?
I remember this.
I never saw
Did
it.
not watch it.
I don't know anybody that did.
Ah, it's Touchstone,
Okay.
which is owned by Disney.
Okay.
Yes.
This makes more sense.
Yeah.
It keeps listing Disney as a distributor.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Disney owns everything.
Yes.
So, I know if you're looking at the list, I think you're looking at, it's missing.
Wait, Kid Cudi's in this?
Sure. It's missing.
It's missing. It might be because it's a prequel. The Tekken. Is that how
Tekken?
you pronounce it?
Yes.
There was a sequel,
Oh.
Tekken 2, but it's
Okay,
a prequel.
But was it released in theaters?
You know what? I don't know, but
Because
it has.
this is theatrical releases we're looking at
Okay,
here.
okay. I just thought that this is interesting that a movie that had a 0% made a sequel.
less than $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, had a sequel. Audience score on Rotten Tomatoes 9%.
What? What?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Came out in 2014. It's Tekken Katsuya's Revenge.
Oh, Kazuya.
Okay, yeah. The audience score 9%.
IMDb score 2.8 out of 10.
Damn. What?
Interesting. I was looking to see where it was released. I couldn't find it. But yeah. It's a thing.
Okay.
It happened.
I guess we know what we're watching too.
Yep, I guess so. What the fuck?
Oh no.
Video game movies.
Yeah. Well, then after that we get Hitman Agent 47.
This is like a reboot.
Yeah.
Right? It's also not good.
9%.
Zachary Quinto's in it.
Yes. I remember this poster.
I-
That's all I saw of this movie. And when I was also a theater worker, no one really wanted to go to that.
Correctamundo. It bombed pretty bad if I remember right.
I had to return tickets because people were like, I don't like this. I was like, that's fair.
All right.
All right, now I have things to say about this.
Oh, the next one. Okay. This is controversial.
Warcraft.
Ish.
Yes.
People fucking hated this movie.
I remember this came out, yeah.
I remember your opinion too.
Yeah. My buddy Matt and I saw this movie. We both really enjoyed it. I remember because I kept hearing people going like, this is a garbage film.
Yes.
It's so bad. Oh my gosh. What a waste of money. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I guess Matt and I were going to go watch this as a joke. And we both walked out. Like, we hadn't said anything in the theaters because, you know, we're good people. And we don't talk in movie theaters. And we both walked out, and I'm just like, I liked it. He's like, oh, good. I did too.
Got a 28%.
Like, it's not a great film, but it's like, it's an enjoyable film. It's like a fun fantasy movie, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what people were looking for. They're like, it was really hard to follow. I'm like, I am not a Warcraft aficionado. I followed it. No problem.
Yeah. Directed by David Bowie's son,
Bowie.
Duncan Jones.
I know. And it made a lot of money in China. It was a total bomb here, but China totally saved the movie. They ate it up. I guess this is the one time I completely aligned with the Chinese people on their opinions of the film. So it might be getting a sequel eventually. What's up?
Yes, Chase.
This is the highest grossing
Oh, really?
of all time
Worldwide?
worldwide.
Yeah.
The highest
Okay.
grossing video game
Barely.
movie worldwide. Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it made a lot of money in China. It's just,
Like Pacific Rim just got saved in China.
and to be fair, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
Pacific
I
Rim.
Don't like the sequel.
I didn't watch the sequel.
Don't, it's bad.
Yeah.
What up now, brother?
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed, ass in Creed?
Yes, at 18%.
Never saw this, never wanted to.
I watched it.
I watched the beginning of it and was. Yeah.
It's got,
I
it's
like it
got
that
the
much.
fast bender.
Yeah.
Has
I've watched this
Marion
multiple
Cotillard,
times.
Oh. I'm
Jeremy
guessing you enjoyed
Irons.
it?
That's a lot of. That's a good people.
No, like it's got a good cast.
It was like it's because the cast is good. It was well acted, I would
Isn't
say.
it mostly just people
but-
talking in rooms
Yeah.
with like a very small amount of like
Yeah, so-
past action stuff going on?
Yeah, so I don't know the video games beyond like my friends in high school really liking it. Watched the movie, like it was a cool concept and fun-ish. I like watching people kill other people, so like
Yeah, but
that
like
was
the way
cool.
the games work is the games are like 99% in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, the majority of it, I believe, is in the past. There
I've
is
heard
a lot.
that is not true.
Really?
I've heard
I
it's like a
only remember the past.
70-30 split
You know what? Maybe, and I
in
just
the wrong
miss-
direction.
I might just misremember it. It's been a while.
but again, I haven't seen it. I might
yeah.
be wrong. I'm just, from other people that I've heard.
You know, I only really remember the past scenes because the present ones were boring.
It's a bunch of people talking in rooms.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know what was happening a good portion of the beginning. I was like,
Not a
this
good
is-
sign of a
this
film.
Is, this is not what I wanted. I also only passively watched this. So.
How do you actively watch a movie?
By not doing other things while watching the movie. I watched it at home. I was also reading a book and cooking. Yeah.
and
No.
cooking.
Okay.
And cooking, yeah.
Okay.
No, the
How
the
does a-
second time I watched it. The first time I watched it straight through.
How does a person read a book and watch a movie? Reading a book is a very that's not a thing that I can
So-
multitask while doing.
Okay, I can multitask while doing that while rereading a book because, like, like you replaying old video games to just see like you have an itch for something, so you're going through several books to see if it'll catch it, but it's like not happening, and so I had a book open and I was looking for movies, and my judge of a movie that I was iffy about is if it catches my attention away from the book I'm reading.
Gotcha.
So
What high praise for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
yeah, the past scenes did that from what I remember on the second time I watched it.
Okie dokie.
I don't know. The past scenes are fun.
Well,
present
yeah,
scenes
it's
aren't.
him being an assassin. Like, that's what we're here for.
The present ones are weird. What's
Well,
next?
We're almost at the end of this list.
Next
Oh, I didn't see this.
is Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
The finale de chapter.
37%. This was the highest grossing Resident Evil movie of the franchise. Yeah,
That pisses me off.
$312 million.
That really pisses me off.
Inflation? Question mark.
Probably, honestly.
Hopefully.
Probably adjusted for inflation, it is not the best performing. But fuck that movie.
I saw the end.
It's so bad. Like, it's been much talked about, but there's like a scene where a character dies, and like I didn't even know what the fuck was going on because the camera work was like so shaky and all over the place. The cuts were so quick. It's like a major supporting character is killed, and I wasn't sure about it until after the scene was over, and I noticed he wasn't around anymore. Nobody even touched on it in the film.
Oh, wow.
He's just killed an action scene with so much shit going on and so many like quick cuts. Like somebody, like this movie has like more cuts than any film I've ever seen in my entire life. I think.
Huh.
Where it's like, huh, there's like a punch, and like one punch is like 4 cuts.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? There's like literally less than a second per shot in the action scenes. That's how quickly they're like cutting back and forth into different shots,
Oh.
like
I hate when that
stitching
happens.
together something to try and look like a fucking movie. It's so bad, but like literally, I didn't know a character died until I noticed he wasn't in the movie anymore.
That's so sad.
It is. It's a bad movie.
Yes. Well, it's followed by the greatest video game adaptation of all time, Alicia Vikander's Tomb Raider.
Literally the best film I've ever seen. Obviously, it's 100% of Rotten Tomatoes.
It's 52.
That
Which
is-
actually
that's not bad. That's not
is-
bad.
Wait a second. That is the highest
yes.
rated movie so far.
Yeah,
on Rotten
so-
At
Tomatoes.
this point,
It's
yeah.
still not fresh, but it is the highest rated video game movie at the time.
Yeah, $274 million.
Interesting.
I enjoyed that movie. I actually did.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I
was
finally
enjoyable.
saw it.
Did you actually see it?
Yeah, we've had this conversation before.
Oh,
You
I forgot
have.
that,
But yeah, no, I liked it. It was the best movie I've ever seen. Yep.
yeah.
Can't wait for the sequel.
It's coming.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. March 19, 2021.
Yep.
It's right around the corner. It's coronavirus.
Oh no.
Hey.
Oh,
And then we have
Yeah.
the movie I didn't see,
Rampage.
based on an interesting game,
Rampage.
Rampage. Yes. Now,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson has returned to the land of video games after Doom. This time he came with a giant monkey.
barring Warcraft, this is the highest grossing video game movie of all time at this point.
Really?
Yes, $428 million.
The movie did really well.
Wow. I was no longer working at a theater at this point, so I didn't feel that. Didn't go watch
mean,
that.
I don't
I
remember
didn't
it.
feel
I
it
don't remember
either.
it being that busy,
Oh,
really,
okay.
but it still did well.
It did well.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, it's not
Okay.
bad. It's whatever.
Is it because it's The Rock and people are like, hey, let's go watch that one Rock movie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
Skyscraper also came out that year, right?
Oh, did
Or
it?
Like
Yeah.
not
No,
too
okay.
long after.
That
Yeah.
just did not look good, though. This is
Did Rampage look
This
good?
one got a 51%.
looked more interesting. I don't know.
Second best movie made at the time.
Yeah.
Did Skyscraper come before or after Rampage? Is the question.
I think
I think after.
There you go. They're like, we had enough of The Rock for
Had our
the year.
Dwayne fix.
No, but
Yeah.
then they had Jumanji,
The same year?
I think.
Gumangi.
The Rock likes being in video game stuff.
Okay, actually no, I think Jumanji was 2017, but it was the very
The
end of
end of
2017 and
2017?
it carried over.
So
There
it was
you
20.
go.
So it was
They're like-
Jumanji and then Rampage and then
Yeah,
Skyscraper.
okay. So
too
they're
much
like,
too much rock.
exactly. They're like,
There's
he
a
was
Rocky
great in
launch.
this movie. Let's go watch him in Rampage.
Joe Manganiello
And
was.
then
Yes.
just-
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The movie's actually pretty fun. Like actually like the Rampage film is a good time and it has like a moderately good cast. Like Jeffrey
Okay.
Dean Morgan's in it too.
All right, and then we got what? Dead Trigger,
I don't even know what that is.
based on a mobile game. Released
Moving
2019, made $92,000.
Doesn't even have a Rotten Tomatoes score
But
or a
apparently,
Metacritic score.
but apparently it was released in theaters.
We're just moving on.
Yep. Well,
These
now
are the big two.
the big two,
The
the big two of the last year. Detective Pikachu, at a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The first fresh movie ever made that based on a video game,
And still the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
but not by much.
Not by much, because quickly or following it right underneath is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Woohoo.
The 64% Rotten Tomato. Yes, Detective
Pikachu
Pikachu
is
made
higher than Rampage.
$433 million. So that's now the second highest grossing.
Rampage is now the second highest grossing.
Third.
Third?
Because
Warcraft
made more.
than
Oh yeah, 439.
Detective
You're right.
Pikachu.
You're right.
Yes,
Sorry.
Warcraft still made the most because
by
of
much,
China
but still.
or overseas.
China.
But Detective Pikachu is the second highest grossing internationally.
Yep. And then Sonic the Hedgehog, which is still making money to be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
but it's
200.
not. It's not going to make more than Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, no.
it's only been out a month. Not even a full month.
It's a quickly dropping scale.
Yes,
Oh, is it? Okay.
it is.
Oh.
Well, it's not just like the
It's
movie
cute,
is
though.
plummeting. It's just movies in general.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
And also, yeah, coronavirus.
Yes, that too.
So those are basically all of the notable
Yeah.
movies based off video games. We made a choice to not talk about anime based off of video games. We mostly focus on like Western productions for the very simple reason that we'd be here all fucking day. And this episode's already pretty long. Because yeah, I feel like every third anime made is based off of a visual novel. And that's not an exaggeration. I literally think that's true. There's only 3 kinds of anime. Based off of manga, based off a light novel, based off a visual novel. And there's like one a year that's like, we made a real original story. And people are like, sure, buddy. Sure you did.
Sure,
We'll
buddy.
find that light novel one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog, Detective Pikachu, Tomb Raider, and I guess Silent Hill would be my top.
Your top 5?
Yeah.
Man,
I think it's 4, but yeah.
whatever. Just throw in Mortal Kombat at the end of it.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Just throw it in.
Those are like the actually good movies.
The ones that you enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not seen many video game movies I enjoyed, but Mortal Kombat's on that list. Detective Pikachu, Sonic, Warcraft. But like, yeah, no, there's not good. There's not a lot of good. And Resident Evil, that would be my top 5.
Yeah, Resident Evil will be that 5th one probably.
Yeah. My God. It really just kind of break down how bad these fucking movies
Yeah,
are.
I mean, there's the trend that like none like up until 2017, there's only one movie that broke 50. Actually, no, sorry, there were no movies that broke 50. Mortal Kombat was the highest at a 46%. Everything else was very much below that.
Yeah, no, they were not good. Some made some money, but they were not good. It is just depressing to think about, really.
No.
How bad these are.
But with these last 4, so Tomb Raider, Rampage,
Not
Detective
counting
Pikachu,
Dead Trigger.
not counting Dead Trigger, Tomb Raider, Rampage, Detective Pikachu, and Sonic have all been above 50%, and even Resident Evil: The Final Chapter was at 37, which is maybe we're going on an upward trajectory of video game movies right now.
We also do have Castlevania, which might be one of the most fun adaptations I've seen of a video game. It's at least definitely good. And occasionally really good. It's a low bar.
Okay.
IGN though, it's like self-fillating itself though over there. Like, have you seen the review for Castlevania Season 3 on IGN?
No.
They give it a 10 out of 10. They give it a masterpiece.
Really?
Wow.
I'm like, whoa. Okay. All the comments are like, calm down, buddy.
Calm down, IGN. What?
Which also, like, there's like a big old like conversation tab. It's like, maybe we should have like a way to read all the other reviews or reviewers posted on IGN just to get like a baseline. Because yeah, I'm like, look, I'm enjoying this a lot. It's not a 10 out of 10.
Okay, so I know we didn't mention it because it wasn't a theatrical release, but you saw Doom Annihilation, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, poor Kyle.
It's bad.
Oh.
It's very, very bad.
Okay.
Oh no.
I do think, though, I know we said not to talk about anime. I think we need to at least mention the Pokemon TV show.
Okay.
That was a big deal.
Big deal.
That was a big deal. We should mention
That's
that.
a big, big deal.
And the million movies.
And yeah, and every other fucking movie off of, like, oh my god.
That was a lot.
Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Pokemon 2, Electric Boogaloo. Sorry, Electric Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Pokemon 2000, the one with the bird.
The one with the bird.
Pokemon Forever. I think that might be real.
Oh no.
Like that's about the time I dropped off with Pokemon. So like I stopped watching the movies. But man, when Mewtwo came out, I'm like, oh, I'm in.
Pokemon Forever is a thing.
Oh no.
Number 4
Yes.
ever.
Yes. I thought so.
That disappoints me.
I don't remember watching this one though.
I wish I was wrong, but I'm like, I think that's real.
That sounds like it would be real.
No, it
And
sounds
it
like a
is.
fever dream in my brain.
Oh.
All right. But so there was a nice little history.
So looking at it, actually, Mortal Kombat has the highest score on Metacritic still. 58 out of 100. That's the highest Metacritic score
yeah,
on any of
you're
these
right.
on any of these movies. The second highest being
Kyle's so happy.
Detective Pikachu at
Childhood
53.
Kyle was always correct.
And then Detective
It goes,
Pikachu.
Mortal Kombat, Detective Pikachu, and then Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Your soul is mine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see the actor who played Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie, I'm like, that dude. I don't remember his name.
It's that dude. You know,
But
it's
it's
that dude.
No,
It's
like
that dude.
no, you'll know who he is. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, that dude!
That dude.
No, I know him from Man in the High
I
Castle.
knew that's where you know him from.
That's exactly who I thought it was. I don't know why it was in my head too. I'm like,
Wow.
that guy.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, I always see. I'm like Shang Tsung. Yeah. Even when they were doing the Mortal Kombat like Legacy like YouTube series where they were like releasing all these like really interesting like Mortal Kombat things, he came back to play Shang Tsung.
No, okay, so I did see his face. He was in Tekken 2. Kazuya's Revenge, the one we're talking about. And he was actually in the original Tekken.
Oh my god, he played Heihachi.
He's Heihachi, Mishima.
Nice.
Yep. That's what I thought. I thought I saw his thumbnail in the cast for that.
He also played the best character in Balls of Fury, Mysterious Asian Man.
Why?
Dude, he's been in so much shit.
Yeah, he has.
But yeah, that's
Wow.
that's
Time
a good
to
sign.
go. Oh no.
Oh, even the dog now.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. As our light balance is all fucked up.
That's fun.
We'll
As the
see you
dog
next
starts
We have that
barking.
taped.
That's tape. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Let us know your favorite video game movie. I know it's House of the Dead.
And what are you looking forward to that's coming out?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a few movies that are coming out, and I kind of the list is gone. Nope, now it's
Just move
I
on.
can
it's
tell.
Like,
Monster
like-
Hunter, Mortal Kombat in 2021. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Uncharted, Tomb Raider 2,
Oh,
Minecraft.
okay. Is
World of
Uncharted
Within.
really coming out though?
Supposedly now, yeah, it
Uh,
actually has a director locked. It actually,
now?
yeah, but it actually has like the full cast locked.
Okay.
Is it any good?
Minecraft
Ugh.
is also coming out.
I know. I'm most excited for the untitled Just Dance film
Okay.
from Sony.
And then we also have shows coming out too.
Do we?
Yeah, Cuphead on Netflix.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
It's been a while though. They haven't said anything about it.
Well, it can't be easy to make that
Yeah, I know.
animation.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's listed on Netflix, but it's not there yet. So
Yeah. Well.
So yeah, we've been on a journey, and the journey is never going to end.
No.
Hopefully, The Last of Us is
good.
prestige television like it should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be HBO.
And rarely are HBO shows bad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very rarely.
So,
So thanks for watching.
Especially in their
slash
last
listening.
season.
okay, it'll be fine. Just don't watch the last season of anything HBO. You know, it's
Probably only going to be one season of The Last of Us. There's too
Well.
much of a time skip between the first and second game, so they'll just adapt the second game, even though it'll be out by then.
unless they just do their own thing.
Don't do that.
They have done that.
Don't
Well,
do that.
yeah, well.
What are they just
Well-
going to keep making up stories to tell between the first and second games until the actress who plays Ellie is old enough to do that?
Yeah.
No! Don't do it!
Then we have Ellen Page as.
Okay, we gotta go.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching. I almost said lossing, like listening / watching, everybody.
Yes.
As we
Okay.
blinded you by the sunlight streaming
You're
in. through our window.
Blinded by the light.
Copyright. Blind by copyright.
I'm revved up like a douche.
I might cut that out.
No. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.